Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Faithwalk 101. In this lesson, we're talking about how God displays his glory in all of creation for everyone to see. There is no disorder in God, my friends. Only disorder and chaos comes from man's behavior. You know, birds fly and bees, they buzz by. You know, butterflies, they flow and they understand why. They're not confused about life or where they need to go. They each eat off the flowers and they sow. Oh, my friends, God's glorious power, he's letting this world know. He's letting it be seen in his powerful glow. We see it all in nature's order, my friends. It's God's example that he wants us to know. There is no disorder in what God does. Chaos comes because man, he doesn't know what he once was. You know, David writes in the book of Psalms chapter 19 and verse 1, he says, the heavens declare the glory of God. Oh, my friends, this natural world is following God's order. But even right now, all of creation, it groans because of the consequences of sin. In Romans 8, verse 22, that's what Paul writes. The struggle and the pains of this world is clearly seen as we look at all what's happening in all of creation. Creation is groaning, my friends. Earthquakes, tornadoes, storms. This is the earth groaning, longing to be united back with the Creator. But even through all of these things that's happening, there's order. There's order in God's creation. And we see it in nature. Even with all the things that's happening, nature still follows the commands of God. But all of creation is wanting to be restored back to its original, the way it was when God first created the earth. And one day it will be, my friends. There'll be peace, no more storms, tornadoes. The earth will no longer be groaning, no more chaos and rebellion. We'll have a righteous king that is ruling. But we still right now see the beauty and order in the universe, even though all creation is groaning, and how nature responds to God's divine commands. Yes, nature is still responding to God's commands, even though it longs. There's this struggle and there's pains in this world, clearly seen, because all the creation is longing for everything to be restored back to its original form. But only in rebellious man do we see the chaos in his heart as he seeks to destroy everything in his sight, including himself. But God is inviting us all to recognize, believe, and worship him through the wonders of creation. Yes, my friends, if we just step back and just look at how creation responds, look at how nature responds to God's creation. It is a wonderful and beautiful thing. And God is inviting us all to come and recognize, believe, and worship him. Acknowledge his presence and the power in this world. And most of all, my friends, he wants us to know that there is no chaos and disorder in him. There's no disorder found in God, my friends. We serve a God of order. The heavens declare the glory of God. And we see it, my friends. We see the wonders of his work as nature responds to God's commands. And they do it, they just with flow. There's no rebellion in nature. But, you know, the Bible tells us that one day when Jesus comes back, the lion will lay down with the lion with the lamb. So there will be no hunting of Animals will no longer hunt one another. There will be complete peace in this world. And that's what we long for. But right now, we can still enjoy the beauties of God's creation. We can step back and notice how God's creatures respond to God naturally. And that is such a wonderful thing. And what they're doing, my friends, is responding to God's commands. It's only man who is in rebellion against God that brings the chaos. There is no disorder or chaos in what God does. None. Zero. God has a plan, and he's carrying out his plan. And the plan is that one day, my friends, heaven and earth will be one. Birds fly, bees buzz by, butterflies, they flow, and they understand why. They're not confused. Oh no, they're not confused about life the way we are. They know where they need to go, my friends. Yes, they do. They know where they need to go. And each of them, they eat off the flowers, and you know what? And then they go and they sow. They're letting this world know. They're letting this world see the glorious power of God's glow. We see it all, my friends, in nature's order. It's God's example he wants us to know. Continue to join us on Faithwalk 101 as we talk more about these things. Thank you, my friends.